So can I count on you? One last time?
All right, kid. Let's go do it. One last time.
Welcome back to day 10, guys. I can't believe it. We are down to the final countdown, the last 10 days. It has been a long-ass journey waiting for this game to come out, and we are finally in the moment of the top 10. The top 10 days. So I am so excited. So today, the day I'm recording this, is on Monday the 25th. And we found out yesterday, I don't know if you guys know, well, when you see this, it'll already be out. They are releasing, and by they I mean the Naughty Dogs are releasing the final trailer for Uncharted 4. Now, I didn't even know they were going to be releasing another trailer. I can't believe they're releasing another trailer so close to the end of the release date. Tomorrow was actually supposed to be the original April 26th, well, the second original date from the first time they pushed it back. So they're releasing a final trailer today. I think it's going to be 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that is coming out. So I will be doing a reaction video to it. I don't know how long it is. I don't know what it's going to be about. But at this point, I can't even believe they're releasing anything else. So I'm glad they are, because like I said, it's like we need something like to get us through this last stretch. So by the time you guys see this, it will already have been released. I will have already done my reaction video for it. But in the meantime, back to day 10. Also, I know the lighting has not been the best in these videos. I have ordered lighting for this channel, finally. So we could get some more professional looking videos, I guess, because this, the window is not cutting it. Hopefully everyone's getting excited. So close to the end. What the fuck am I going to do? I'm going to finish talking about my favorite moments from Uncharted 2. Just my favorites. Doesn't mean that they're the best or whatever. I'm just sharing with you guys what my favorite parts are. There's so many favorite parts, but like I said, these are the only, I can only put in so many. So for number 11, for Uncharted 2, Chloe, is she our friend? Is she our foe? Is she, is she on our side? Is she on her own side? Is she on Lazarevich and Flynn's side? We have no idea. At the beginning, it already starts off with her entrance with something in the back of our minds telling us that we know that she knows Nate, but she's saying she doesn't know Nate. And she's, she's playing like they just met. When then we'll see, after the first cutscenes with her that, obviously she does have a history with Nate, a romantic and a working relationship with Nate. So she comes off as shady regardless, but she's in with Nate, but she's also in with Flynn. So we don't know who to trust, if we can trust her or not. At the beginning, I think she's mainly on her own side. I don't think her allegiance is to anyone in particular, except what's in her best interest. But she does have a liking for and an affinity towards Nate more so than Flynn. So we can see that. She does have a physical relationship with Flynn as well. So she is playing, both sides, so we're not sure if she is going to be our ally or not. And as we get into the game and the gameplay, when we find her, when we're together with her, and then Flynn comes, she takes off and she's like, I found them, like she was on Flynn's side all along. We're like, this girl is giving us up. She is giving us up to Flynn. What the hell? I thought we were a team, Chloe. I thought we were a team, girl. How could you do that to us, And then, she does the right thing. It was all a ploy to get, Flynn's guys out of the way. I'll handle this, Flynn. And then she's like, pop, straight shooting his boys, So then she's like, just run. I'll meet you in Nepal. Boy, run, get out of here, but then throughout the game, I think she really struggles with, obviously she struggles with And we are struggling with, do we trust her or not? Do we trust this beautiful woman that we want to love her, and we want her to be part of our gang, and we want her to be our friends, and we're not sure if she can be trusted, and we have a lot at stake. We have Nate's trust and Sully's trust and Elena's trust at stake. So we have to really think about that. And I think she struggles with that because I don't think she knows at the beginning either. Number 12, Butch and Sundance. I love this reference to the movie Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. I think it was Paul Newman and Robert Redford. I think it was 1969. It's an iconic movie, and the scene is iconic from the movie where they are trying to escape the bad guys, and they jump off the mountain or wherever they are, and to go into the water to try and escape because they know that no one will try and follow them where they're going. So I love the reference of the part where they're running away from, Lazarevich's dudes, and they're stuck on the rocks, and it's either they jump or they die. They get captured and they're going to die. So, and I love how Nate refers to Sully as Butch, and Sully refers to Nate as Sundance. And he's always referring to Nate as Kid, which is really it's just it's a homage to the movie. And it's a classic, iconic movie, and it's a classic, iconic scene. So I love that whole part. I love, the tip the hat to that movie, and famous couple, well, not a couple, you know what I mean? Famous movie duos. And they are the most famous video game duos, of all time. One of the most, I think so anyway. They're my favorites. So I love the nod to the movie, and I love the nod to each other as being best buds. We're in this together, and they jump off the cliff to escape. And see you in hell, kid. When we wind up in Nepal and we see Drake driving his Jeep, gonna meet Chloe, we start the scene with Nate getting chased down by the Jeep, similar to the Jeep in Uncharted 4. Well, not as badass as the one in Uncharted 4. But, he has, a hinky feeling, probably that someone's following him. So he's going to try and outrun him. And within the first few minutes of this chapter, we see Nate being chased down by this truck. And not only is he being chased down by the truck, but he's got to run out of the truck, and he's got to run away from it while shooting and just running and gunning away from the truck as it is shooting at him and just barreling down the street trying to get his ass. And he is just not having it, and the way he just narrowly escapes and the truck blows up, and it's just, he's trying to outrun this out of control truck. It's just trying to run him down. And it's just an epic scene. It's an epic way to start the chapter, because we know we're in for some shit. This is the first few minutes of the opening chapter. We're getting run over, and we know it's going to be a badass chapter. And it was a great, Nepal's one of my favorite parts. I love so many different parts of Uncharted 2, but this is such an exciting chapter. It's such an exciting and fun gameplay chapter. Number 14, Chloe. There's nothing as sweet as a story of a girl and her RPG. We love Chloe, and we love the fact that we don't even have to look around, and we know that girl just saved our ass again. And Nate says it, and Chloe says it. Always saving your ass, Nate. And then that whole epic line is that, an ancient Tibetan, ritual dagger in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Hello, that whole scene is just classic. I love it. I want to put it in a little box, put a little bow on it, and just keep it with me all the time because I love it. It's just epic scene with the duo together kicking ass, and she is holding her own, and she is about, to save Nate's ass again, as she does multiple times. I think that in this game, Nate is the damsel in distress. He's always being saved by the beautiful women. He's being saved by Chloe. He's being saved by Elena. Who knew? Who knew that Drake was just an old softy? But he is kick-ass, and so is Chloe. They are equals, and they are there for each other to back each other up. Number 15. So many amazing parts of this game are tied into the puzzles and the traversing. I'm going to put these together as one. Obviously, I have to talk about it because it's so such an integral part of the game, the core gameplay, is the puzzle solving and the traversing, and together they seem to mesh them together, especially in the part where we see the temple, and we have to rearrange the statue's arms, we have to traverse to get to one side, we have to pull down on part of the statue, and it's all connected, and it makes it fun. It makes it this game. Was so satisfying to do these puzzles, to try and figure out. They weren't too easy, they weren't extremely hard. You just had to work your way around it and really figure it out. But when you do, they're enjoyable and they're satisfying, and the traversing isn't annoying. Like in most games, a lot of this, if you're traversing or you're trying to get from point A to point B to get somewhere, it's tedious. And these puzzles and the traversing and the combination of them both are just fun and satisfying, not tedious at all. And so much more of the level was raised from Drake's Fortune. It just made it so much more fun. Number 16, the helicopter. Oh my damn. That helicopter was terrifying. It was brutal. That hole, it is relentless. It's like the Terminator. This helicopter is not about to give up on anything. Or whatever, that helicopter might as well have been a character in the game, because that helicopter kicks some massive ass in this game. And as it's like shooting at us, and we're trying to jump across the rooftops, and we're fighting soldiers, and we're trying to shoot the helicopter down, everything at the same time. There's so much going on. And not even to mention the whole fact that after you try and shoot it down and, you're trying to get rid of it, the whole point where we're jumping from one building and we're fighting the soldiers, and the whole floor starts to collapse and starts to go under. And you realize the whole building is going down, and you still have to fight these guys. Not only do you have to fight these guys, and the helicopter is still shooting. He is blowing up this whole building, and you are going to go down with it. And you and Chloe have got to jump as you see the building collapse, and you have to jump through the building across the way, and you crash through the glass, and you roll over. It's brilliant. I love it. I love the whole part of the tension of it. It's just high tension and excitement, and it's everything that a good video game should be. It just raises the level. Number 17. I love the part where Nate is walking around, and he's talking to himself, and he's like, elevators out, soldiers around, and he's like going through it. He's like, I swear to God, if there is a zombie around the next corner. I love that. I love that. And I wonder, I don't know, do you guys wonder if that was like a little nod? Do you think that they were starting to work on The Last of Us, or it was like, maybe something in the back of their mind, or just some sort of like weird premonition that they mentioned zombies? I know that it's infected in The Last of Us. Don't yell at me, Neil Druckmann. I know what they're called. But the fact that they alluded to zombies, you think maybe that was like a nod to maybe they were thinking, of maybe doing a zombie-based game, and then Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley, like after when they were working on Uncharted 3, really came up with the whole basis for The Last of Us. Is it a Last of Us Easter egg? I doubt it, but maybe it was. Who knows? I just think it's cool that they brought that up, and we can see the history, hindsight, that they did wind up making like, infected / quote zombie video game that was insanely successful. So I like to think so. Number 18. I love when we are in the midst of all this hot mess, and we are fighting soldiers. We are trying to escape the city. We are trying to figure out a way to not die. And Nate just decides to take a dip in the pool. And not only is he swimming in the pool like he doesn't have a care in the world, which I adore about Nate. I love it. I love that he is carefree. I'm going to go take a swim in the pool. And not only that, he's going to play Marco Polo, and he's not going to stop until Chloe answers him with polo. He is, it's just the level of detail and the thought they put into these games, and that, the little nods and things that make Nate human and make our characters so lovable. I think it's awesome. That Chloe's like, I know if I don't say polo, this man is going to be swimming in that damn pool all day until I answer him. So she's like, polo, like, please get out of this pool, boy. We're going to get killed. There's enough of this foolishness and this nonsense. So I love how they put that in there because he can be a little annoying, but always funny and always lovable. Number 19. The scene I was talking about earlier with the whole crumbling facade of the building, and where we have to make that epic and, very dramatic jump across from one building to the other, to survive, to get out of the way of the collapsing building. And Nate, he just gets up, brushes himself off, and is like, we were almost in that. Tell me if you were Chloe, you wouldn't punch him right then. Like, really, dude? Really? We just jumped out of a building and you are laughing about this. But that's what makes us love Drake. That he can joke about stuff like that in like the face of total destruction, that he is the cause of 99% of the time. And we just laughing along with him. Like, we don't have a care in the world either. We love him. We love his sense of humor. And the fact that he jokes about such a horrific moment that they almost died is just brilliant. Number 20. This is the last one we're going to do for today. I'm going to pick up on the last parts of my favorite parts of Uncharted tomorrow. But for the last one today is going to be where we finally meet Elena. And we're like, oh, our girl is back. Okay, she's, what is going on with the two of them? There is absolutely some kind of relationship mess that happened between the two of them because, we left them Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2. What is going on? We're like, what's going to go on with Chloe? How is Nate going to deal with these two women together, two women from his past? How are they going to fit into the whole scenario? How are they going to fit into the rest of the gameplay and the story? So I love when she's like, no hate to Chloe, and Chloe has like no hate to her. And I'm so glad they didn't make it like a cat fight fighting over Drake, because that would have that would have been awful. That would have been like the typical, two girls fighting over, the hero. It just would have been so predictable and it would have been awful. So thank God they didn't do that. And Elena's just like straight up like, oh, Elena Fisher, last year's model. And she shakes her hand. It's like, it's perfect. Like, in other words, she's like throwing shade to Nate and to Chloe a little bit, because, she's like, okay, so you're this, this week's catch, just this is where you're going to be next year, right? The same damn place where I am, but I love it. I love they didn't make it, they were like cat fights, but Elena still threw a little shade. I think it was more towards Nate. I don't think it was really as towards Chloe as it was towards Nate, because it's all because of his nonsense and his carrying ons that he just ruins, turns everything to shit, just like Schaefer says down the line in this game. So it's just very awkward for Nate, I think. I don't think the girls are embarrassed. I think it's more towards him. That's part 2 of my favorite parts of Uncharted 2. We're going to finish part 3 of my favorite parts of Uncharted 2 tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks so much for supporting and showing love to this channel. You guys are awesome. I talk to you guys so much in the comments, and we are all so excited for this game to come out. So when you guys see this, it'll be day 10. We are in the final freaking countdown. I just can't. I don't know what I'm going to do on day 1, the 0 hour. I'm going to be losing my damn mind. I'm going to be going to sleep with my GameStop card like to my face, and I'm going to, sleep with my clothes on, and I'm just going to sit in front of GameStop all day. I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, guys, you know what? Leave me a comment. Let me know what's your game day. Are you going to play this the first day it comes out, or do you have work, or are you going to have to play like the next day? What is your plans for the big day? Are you going to like stay home, call out of work? Are you going to cancel plans? Are you going to, camp out at GameStop or wherever you're going to buy the game? Let me know, okay? Because I'm so excited for us, all of us. It's going to be such an exciting day. So I'm really getting so hyped now because it's the final 10, the final countdown. So thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll be back tomorrow with part 3 of my favorite parts from Uncharted 2. Thanks, guys.